We are the nation's number one talk station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Lovely morning to you wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. It's the last edition of the show for the week. As a matter of fact, the last hour of the show for the week, 8 and 9. Now, let's do something quite very, very important, integral to our nationhood, really, to put it straight up. I'm Sheriff Quadry. First and foremost, you can listen and watch live right now on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3. That's right. Nigeria Info 99.3 is where you can join us live. That is, if you don't have your radio with you. You can also download our mobile app, Nigeria Info FM, from your respective app stores. Let's have a conversation about Lateef Kayode Jakande. He was born 23rd of July, 1929. He was a Nigerian journalist who became a governor of Lagos State from 1979 all the way to 1983, and later Minister of Works under the Sani Abacha military regime between 1993 and 1998. He died yesterday, 11 February 2021, at the age of 91. Lateef Kayode Jakande was born in the Ekpetedo area of Lagos Island, Lagos State, on the 29th of July. Back in 1929, both parents are from Omaron in Kwara State. He studied at the Lagos Public School at Enowa, Lagos Island, then at Bonham Memorial Methodist School in Port Harcourt between 1934 and 1943. He studied briefly at King's College, Lagos in 1943, and then enrolled at Elisha Grammar School in 1945, where he edited a literary paper called The Quarterly Mirror. In 1949, Jakande began a career in journalism, first with the Daily Service, and then in 1953, he joined the Nigerian Tribune. In 1956, he was appointed editor-in-chief of the Tribune by the owner, Chief Obafemi Awolowo. His editorials were factual and forthright, and were treated by the colonial powers with respect. After leaving the Tribune in 1975, Jakande established what is called John West Publications, and he began to publish the three Lagos News, as the Lagos News. That's his paper then. He served as the first president of the Newspaper Proprietors Association of Nigeria, NPAN. Jakande ran for election as executive governor of Lagos State in 1979 on the Unity Party of Nigeria, UPN platform. He defeated his opponents then. And let me tell you about the opponents. Adeniran Ogunsanya, rather, of NPP at that time, and Sultan Ladega Adeniji Adele of the National Party of Nigeria. Those were his main opponents, and he defeated them in that election in 1979. He was subsequently sworn in as governor. His administration was effective, quite effective, and open, and implemented the cardinal policies of his party. He introduced housing and educational programs that you all can see. Some benefited from it if you're not too young. These programs then, the housing and educational programs then, targeted the poor in our communities in Lagos then. He built new neighborhood primary and secondary schools and provided free primary and secondary education. He established the Lagos State University. In case you don't know, he established the Lagos State University. Jakande's government constructed over 30,000 housing units. He was just in power for 4 years. The schools and housing units were built cheaply then, but they were built cheaply, but of great quality, great value. You can all see the schools. There's no point. You can all see the estates as well. Yeah. So some of the housing units include low-cost estates in Amuodofin, Ijaye Dolphin, Okeafa, Ijabeson, Iponri, Ipaja, Abulenla, Ekpe, Anikotamo, Surulere, Iba, Ikorodu, Badagry, just name them. He also completed the construction of the General Hospital in Bagada and Ikorodu. He built about 20 health centers within the state. As a governor, he established 23 local government councils, which were later disbanded by the military then. He also started a metro line project to facilitate mass transit, which Jimmy mentioned earlier. The project was halted and his tenure as governor ended when the military seized power on 31st of December 1983. Lagos, we're discussing Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakande today. LKJ, if you like. Babake Kere, if you like. Achike Chude joins me right now. Achike, lovely morning to you. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
You heard my introduction about Lateef Jakande. I mean, you obviously would have one or two things to say about about his demise. Let's start from there. How did you receive the news of his demise?
Well, it was inevitable. It was eventually going to happen. I mean, over the years, he had grown frail in health. But I think the remarkable thing about him was that he never shied away. In spite of his infirmity, he did not shy away from attending, public functions that were of interest to the people. And so, most times, he had to be carried into such a place is a great inconvenience to himself, to his health. So it was inevitable that it was going to happen. I mean, it will happen to every single one of us. For those who are much older, much more infirm, there's a certain inevitability about it. So when it happens, it's not so much of a surprise, a shock.
Right.
But then the thing about death is that no matter how old a person is, it is still, not a good thing. It's still a sad thing, So it is sad. It's sad, yeah.
Let's talk about his achievements during his reign as the governor of Lagos. What can you tell us about what some of the things that he did back then?
Well, a lot of people might not know that Lateef Jakande was a consummate journalist.
That's right.
He was, the managing editor of Tribune at the time. He laid the foundation for what would become of Nigerian journalists in terms of the unionization of aspects of, the practitioners, the activities of the practitioners. The Institute of Journalism. He was there. Even internationally, he had one or two appointments at the international stage. So he did very, very well as a journalist before he entered he entered politics.
Right.
Politics is where he made his mark because politics is about service.
Right.
A lot of people do not know from the way politics is being played in this country with all kinds of, I will use the word advisedly, all kinds of people who call them politicians, but a lot of these people are charlatans when it comes to the real definition of politics. These are people that are not really interested. They would not believe in the first place that politics is about service of the people to the people. I remember the late Yaradua, the late president, calling himself then, servant leader. That is actually what a politician should be. And Lateef Jakande symbolized that in every way. He was a servant leader, and that is why he's beloved. In fact, I think there was, during the military era, I think somebody had criticized him at a particular point in time. And he said, well, if they want to do a popularity test with him, that they should all work together on the streets of Lagos and see who was more popular. He did so much at the level of education, the level of infrastructure. Of course, and he was a very humble and simple person. All of those infrastructures that he put in place, he knew it was used, public money was used, resource was used to put those infrastructures in place, especially the housing estate. He didn't name any of them after him. If today some of these buildings are being called Jakande Estates, and so it was because people felt that he deserved, for those buildings, infrastructure to be named after him. That was his person. Look at where he was living in Liquid, even when he was serving as the executive governor of Lagos State. There are very few people in the history of this country, few politicians, that have served humanity, that have served their people, that have served their state the way Lateef Jakande did in Lagos State. In fact, after Awolowo, I think Lateef Jakande is the very next person, I would say, that had the interests of the people, of his people, uppermost in his heart. He was exemplary. There's none of this. And I'm not just talking about Lagos State or the Southwest. In fact, in the entire country, there are very few people very few politicians that can compare to Lateef Jakande. That is the truth about it. Look, people, whenever people pass, because of this tradition of not wanting to speak evil about the dead, there's always a tendency for people to color what people say about, certain people, even if they were bad, even if Nigerians or, the people knew that these people were bad.
Right.
But every single good thing that is said about Lateef Jakande is well deserved. In fact, we need to even say more about that man. He was an amazing, tremendous person. And the politicians of today have so much to learn from the man. A lot of them are going to eulogize him. A lot of them are already there.
We will come to what they should learn as young boys and young men at the time. But if you're watching on Facebook and on YouTube right now, we're showing you videos and pictures of Alhaji Jakande during his lifetime as a governor, as a politician, as a retired politician. You could actually catch the videos, even some of the laurels that he won. YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3. That's right, Nigeria Info 99.3. You can join us there and let's know what you think about this conversation, this tribute that we are paying to Alhaji Lateef Jakande. Now, Achike, let's talk about the values his own generation plays, the virtue they hold on to that they represented at that time. What was so special about them?
Yeah, well, the thing about it is that there is this saying that every successive government in this country is worse than the preceding government. So what that tells you is that this is a backward progressiveness, if I'll use that. It's a contradiction in terms.
Right.
What it means is that it gets worse within our polity. And who are those running the polity? The politicians. So by inference, it means that if we had it better in previous administrations, it would mean that the people who superintended over our polity were better. They might not have been perfect. They might not have been fantastic, but that they were better than what succeeded them. And I think so when you look at what is going on today, you might even look at the Jakande period as a golden age of Nigerian politics and Nigerian politicians.
What made it stand out? Why do we keep referring to Jakande now, Jakande then, Jakande all the time? What were those things that he held so dearly as his guiding principle?
He understood leadership. He understood service. He understood what constituted the common good. He understood sacrifice and commitment. And so he understood that he was answerable to a greater power, to a greater ideals. To a greater ideal. And so these were the things that were motivating, these are the things that were pushing him. And so when you look at today's political class, today's politicians,
right,
they have not imbibed any of the virtues that Jakande espoused. In fact, a lot of people, even though some of them would be eulogizing him and saying all kinds of wonderful things about him, but I can tell you that a lot of them will repudiate some of those sterling qualities and sterling virtues that Jakande stood for. Because what they are doing by their conduct shows that their lifestyle, their values are diametrically opposed to the values and lifestyle that Jakande exuded. Like I said, he was motivated by the need to respond to the common good of the people. And he did it in virtually, as a governor of Lagos State, most especially. His attention to the need for education in the state. It was there. There was no doubt about that. Of course, the rail line, the metro link. Right. Now, Nigeria, and you see, if we had allowed him to do what he wanted to do for the state, and I'm talking about the traffic situation in Lagos State, for instance, he would have taken care of it, because very, very early, at that period, decades ago, he saw the need to have a proper rail line running across the metropolis of Lagos, because he had seen the burgeoning population and something needed to be done about it. Of course, we know what happened, the politics of it, and then the military under the president right now, I think, sabotaged or torpedoed that particular aspect of the project he wanted to initiate in the state. So he was somebody that had a vision, that had a foresight, and was extremely committed to the needs of the people of Lagos State. And so if people are talking about him today in superlatives and they are describing him in wonderful terms and so on, it is not flattery. It it is the cold reality of what this great man had done for the people of Lagos.
I want to take you up on the virtues and the values that he held dearly to his heart when he was still actively a politician. Because today's generation of politicians, some of them were with him at that time. Some of them, they were active politicians as well, and they saw everything that Alhaji was doing at that time. Would you say that there was no transfer of manuscript from his own generation to them at that time, or what could have happened?
Well, if there was a transfer of manuscript, as you put it, we would have seen it, but we have not seen it. And that was why I was saying that, look, a lot of them will eulogize him and say wonderful things about him, but they will not be ready to imbibe, they will not be ready to stand for the ideals that Jakande stood for. Because those ideals...
Hello? Achike, we can't hear you. Oh, I think we can't hear Achike again. Achike, we'll try and reestablish contact with you. We'll call you back eventually. Lagos, I mean, listen, there's a lot to be learned from the life and times of Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakande. A lot, quite a lot. I was having a conversation with Achike yesterday, and we're just talking about Alhaji Lateef Jakande, and we said that, look, it would be a disservice to us, this present generation, the past generation, the future generation, for somebody like Lateef Jakande to have passed and we don't have anything to talk about him. Even though there are obvious things, especially on this show. So it's only imperative, it's an obligation to have this conversation today, not because we just want to sing his praises and all, but more importantly, because there is a need to see some of the things that especially today's politicians, can learn from the life and time of Alhaji Kayode Lateef Jakande. Achike rejoins us now. Achike, thank you for rejoining us. Thank you.
Yes.
You were saying a few things before we...
We're talking about values.
Yes.
Look. One thing that is clear is the physical manifestation of what the man had done in Lagos City in terms of his acquisition of wealth and property. Because if we are looking at the country today, what is it that has brought this country down? It is the greed of the ruling political elites in the country. They have virtually taken everything away from the people. The resources of the states have been pocketed, And so you see a country that is mired in all kinds of socio-economic contradictions as a result of these activities of political elites.
Right.
Jakande, and that is the greatest virtues of the man. He was honest. He was a person of integrity. From the moment he left office till now, how many decades down the line, there has never been one accusation of graft, one accusation of theft against that man. That is extraordinary in a country like Nigeria. But we have a situation where...
Achike, why has that failed to how we inspire the politicians that took over from him? Because I'm wondering if somebody like that has achieved so much and it's glaring. You could see everything. It's not that they're just telling you mere folk tales or anything. You could see everything that he's done. You were there. You saw everything. Yeah. Why has that failed to inspire them to perhaps want to match what he's done or even do more?
No, you see, the painful thing is that over the years there's been an erosion of values. But beyond that, let me just say, I cannot tell you that, look, it's all over for Nigerians, because they say there's a saying that out of every 12, there must be one that is different. So even if maybe the vast majority of Nigerians, for instance, might be, corrupt or might be inclined towards the wrong things, I can tell you that there are many Nigerians, there are some Nigerians that, whose attitude is completely different. We have had instances, your station has had cause to cover instances of Nigerians that discovered huge amount of money at the airport and so on in foreign exchange. And yet people, as low as they were, in terms of their humble background, who discovered these monies, brought it to the attention of the authorities. So they are wonderful people out there.
Very true.
I believe that even within the political elites are people who are motivated to do good. But the system itself is such that, works against such things. But I must say something, that Jakande came from a home with values. Because regardless of what is going on today, and that's why I'm saying that, yes, there could be endemic corruption and the rest, but once in a while you find people that are different. Jakande was different because he set out to be different. He was different because he had imbibed a certain set of values from the home that he came from. There are two people. There are people different. There are people that come from houses and there are people that come from home. So I'm talking about breeding. The kind of breeding I think that he had was one that was adverse to taking advantage, of the people, especially when you are given a position of trust, a position of authority. I won't say that Jakande was, at least within that period, that he was exactly the only person, but he stood out among every single one of them. There was another one, I think, in Imo State, Mbakwe, was also different. Balarebe Musa was also different. Abubakar Rimi at the time was also different, and so on. And that was why when you try to trace this, and it was, you also affirmed in a way that it was generational. Why people of that generation? I think as at that time or after them,
right?
The people that came after them did not imbibe the same virtues, and they had seen example from those before them, but they refused for whatever reason, to imbibe all of these examples until we now got to a level where it became, or where it has become the norm for people to imbibe vices rather than virtues, when they get to positions of authority.
I'm watching the live stream on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm looking at the expression on Alhaji Lateef Jakande's face when he was granting an interview. You could see someone who is passionate about the people. You could see someone who is determined to change their lives, to change the story, is so determined to change the course of history of his own people. My question after this break, Achike, let me go on a break. They're saying I should go on a break. Right. When we return, we'll talk some more. Stay here, Lagos, Nigeria. We're not done yet.
I won't tell you the secret of better food. Nadi, no chicken and classic seasoning powder. The ingredient they take make am natural by nature, like real chicken, rosemary, black and white pepper, garlic, onion, parsley, mushroom, coriander. If you knack no seasoning powder for inside your jollof, fried rice, egusi, and all other soup, you go know say flavor pass flavor. No seasoning powder, natural by ingredients, bangba by flavor. Naija no dey carry last. That is why we push our bodies, stretch our minds in order to succeed. And when our bodies break down with pains, aches, and fever, we know Emzo paracetamol will help us push through. So with Emzo paracetamol in our hands, success in our eyes, and the Naija fighting spirit in our hearts, we tell pain, not today.
For aches, pains, and fever, trust Emzo paracetamol. If symptoms persist after 2 days, please see your doctor.
Hey, Doredo, better itself. Now 10 gigabyte data just land my Airtel so. Guess how much? 3,000 naira. 3K better for 10 gigabyte data. You shock, Abi? Make I add extra shock. 5,000 naira go give you 20 gigabyte data. Now so be for shock.
That's right. With Airtel data, just a little more gets you so much more. Introducing Airtel More for More data plans, like 10 gigabytes for just 3,000 naira and 20 gigabytes for 5,000 naira. Dial *141# today.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Hey, babe.
Hey, hon. How are you?
I've had a very hectic week and I'm looking to have some fun. Let's go out this weekend.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Upbeat Center.
What's that?
It's the first trampoline park in West Africa. They have trampolines, wall climbing, foam pit, dodgeball, video games, and sports such as football, basketball, and volleyball. And do you know the best part? They have a great waterside restaurant where we can eat and chill when we're done.
That sounds like fun. Let me call Peter no more tire so we can all go as a group.
I can't wait.
That's right. Get ready to up your fun with numerous physical and fun activities at Upbeat Center, located at number 11 Admiralty Road, Lekki Phase 1. For more information, visit upbeatcenter.com or call 0818 8844 991. Upbeat Center. Up your fun, up your life, up your fitness.
Yes! Thank you, I love it!
Sorry, ma, please put your mask back on.
Oh, sorry. It's hard to control my excitement when I get free data to use as I like.
Your mask, ma. That's right. Get up to 36 gigabytes to use for 6 months when you buy any 2 smartphones of your choice for you and that special someone from any Glow World outlet. But hey, remember to keep your mask on and observe social distancing through your excitement. This smartphone festival offer is exclusive to Glow World stores from the 8th to the 22nd of February 2021.
Unlimited.
Some say leaders are born, others say leaders are made. At Olashore, we shape leaders. For 27 years, Olashore International School has shaped future leaders by its immersive level, providing them pathways for innovative, well-rounded education that cuts across academic, extracurricular, and leadership skills. Your child should be next. Enrollment is ongoing, and we are looking forward to welcoming another potential game changer and nurturing him or her on this path. For on-site enrollment, exam date is Saturday, 20th of February 2021 at Lagos Liaison Office at Jose Adeogun Street, Victoria Island by 10 a.m. For inquiries or more information, visit our website www.olashoreschool.com or contact us on 007-450-3992. Olashore International School, 27 years of leading transformation.
I won't tell you the secret of better food. Na the no chicken and classic seasoning powder. The ingredient they take make am na natural by nature, like real chicken, rosemary, black and white pepper, garlic, onion, parsley, mushroom, coriander. If you knack no seasoning powder for inside your jollof, fried rice, egusi, and all other soup, you go know say flavor pass flavor. No seasoning powder, natural by ingredients, bang by flavor.
To all the mothers in Nigeria, we congratulate you for progress on your journey, for all your efforts. While taking care of your family, you also didn't give up taking care of yourself. We congratulate you and all Molfix mothers. You are always the #1. Now, Nigeria's #1 choice of mothers have Molfix Air Dry baby diapers. Thanks to Molfix Air Dry, now babies and mothers enjoy the ultimate peace. Come and join mothers who experience Molfix Air Dry baby diapers.
In the information era, facts, events, and news are available at the click of a button. The information flow is enormous, which makes the financial markets unpredictable. As a trader, you need to have a strategy, and most importantly, you need a trustworthy partner that will simplify things for you. Hot Forex is serious about its responsibilities to you. With its origin dating back to 2010, we are a multi-regulated broker with over 2 million live accounts, wide global presence, more than 35 international awards, tight spreads, multiple assets, reliable fast execution, technological innovation, and multiple account types. The Hot Forex team is always ready to deliver trading services and free trading education that you can rely on every time. And this is not just a mission, it's a promise. Visit the Hot Forex Educational Centers at 3rd floor, Warala House, 90 Allen Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos, or call 0908-517-6394 or visit www.hotforex.com. Hot Forex, for traders that want more.
Oh boy, I don't hammer. Really? Just like that? My people, that's how it be for Zbeto. Them they offer super mega odds with 250% accumulator bonus. Them get plenty market options where go tutorial you and increase your chance to win. Got one bonus at full ground though, including better virtual and casino games. As you they win, they go pay you instant. Make una follow person wey no road though. Sharply go register for www.zbet.ng. Make them summer you 100% welcome bonus up to 100,000 naira.
Zbet, we speak your game.
Hey, Oga and Madam, you don't see the room now. Make I show you the toilet where you go to share with other neighbors.
Now the toilet be this.
What's the apple?
Oga agent, you mean say na general toilets clean come white like this, eh?
Yes, now. See what's in they use take cleaner and kill the yama germs come out.
Hypo toilet cleaner. Wow.
Wash your toilet at least once a week with Hypo toilet cleaner to keep it sparkling clean and gem free. Available in sachet for 35 naira only. Madam, now 2 years landlord one collect.
We go pay for 6 years, eh?
Now we're back on the Morning Crossfire.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to the show. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3. You can also share your thoughts with me on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. You can also let me know what you think on our live stream on Facebook and on YouTube. The WhatsApp line is also very up and active. I can see tributes pouring in for Alhaji Lateef, Kayode, Jakande on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 0809 597 5805. That is 0809 597 5805. Achike Chude is with us this morning on the show. Achike, we need to let you go in a moment, but before we let you go, I have a question for you, Achike, about the determination, the commitment. You could see it in his face. I mean, I was just watching the video on our live stream on Facebook and YouTube the other time, and I could see all of these things. You could tell that he wasn't faking them. You could tell that he meant it, everything that he was saying. Where did we go wrong about this?
Yeah, well, they say the sweetness of the pudding is in the testing, and by their fruits you shall know them. So it's not just on the face alone, but in action. He practicalized everything he said. He practicalized his belief. He works closely with Awolowo.
That's right.
So you could look at Awolowo as maybe first generation, Awolowo and his peers as first generation. Jakande was second generation. People like Jakande, Pajashin, and co. They worked closely with Awolowo and imbibed some of the virtues of Awolowo. You understand? Now there were others, third, fourth generation of politicians. That was when things began to actually go bad. And so, for anybody who wants to consider Jakande, they should look at the fact that we have not always been where we are today, that we have not always had terrible politicians who thought of themselves first before their constituencies. We've had people like Jakande who embodied everything good about this country and about service. And so it is a story for the younger generations to also realize that, look, today, he has written his name in the sands of times. He might not have had all of the properties in the world, but this ultimately at the end of the day, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? That is what we
how can we begin to rear a new generation of political actors that would the way we have Awois, that would look at what he stood for, everything he embodied, and then say, okay, this is how we want to change the story, the political landscape of this, not just in Lagos, the entire country. How can we begin that journey, that step?
I think we can do that. I think it's easy because we see it, before our faces. I mean, our eyes everywhere. All we need to do is to show them the alternative to having peace and order and progress, and show them the chaos that we have in the country today, the poverty, the frustration, the insecurity, and so on. This is as a result of the alternative that other people had chosen for us, and we, the people, have been complacent about. So I think Nigerians we've gotten to a point where we have to make a choice.
Right.
Do we want to continue with what we have been doing? We have seen where it is leading us to the
but
grave.
You know why this is difficult. You said it's simple, but I see it as somewhat difficult because if you ask an average Nigerian out there, he will say he's not interested in politics. He doesn't even vote. He doesn't go out to vote. He doesn't even care about whether he has his PVC or not. But he's very quick at condemning the politicians. So how do we begin to change the mindset of such people?
I like your take on that. But see, the reality is that we are being faced with a situation of the devil and the deep blue sea. Sooner or later, we see the consequences. And we are already living the consequences. Now when it gets to a point, we refuse to do something, we refuse to stand for what is right, for positive values, it will get to a point where we will consider that there is no difference between staying alive and being dead. And this is what and at that particular point, we understand they will now be forced by circumstances, of our situation to choose to do something, to change our narrative. And that is the only way we can begin. And you see, and Jakande, he has given us a signpost of the kind of life we will live if we want a better country for every single one of us, where we can live in peace with one another, regardless of ethnic coloration, geopolitics, and religious affiliation and tendencies. So we have a choice, and we sooner or later, if we don't want to make that choice willingly, we have to make it reluctantly. But that choice we must make, whether we like it or not.
Achike, thank you so much for joining us on the Crossfire today.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
I couldn't have wished for any other person to do this with me today. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Let's begin to take your reaction now to the conversation we're having. A tribute to a national hero, Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakande, this morning on the show. Please, when you're calling, you've got 60 seconds to say your tribute to him, or let me just hear your comment, your thoughts as regards Alhaji Lateef Jakande. 0700 993 993 993. That is 0700 993 993 993. It's our studio line. The comments have been pouring in on YouTube and on Facebook. Let me start with YouTube. Then we'll move on to other platforms. Yeah, and on WhatsApp as well. Yeah, I know. You're saying, call WhatsApp now. And on WhatsApp as well. Okay. Femi Adegoke says the last set of true leaders of old Western and Midwestern states during the Second Republic, 1979 to 1983, Abacha Conde, the last man standing of the 6 cardinal points of Old Western region, or Old Western Nigeria. Femi Adegoke, thank you for your thought. Appreciate it. Tokpe Arowo Jolu says he was a true leader, indeed a servant leader. Onokoya Yemi says you are not a serious person. Onokoya, I know you are laughing, but you are not a serious human being. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Kenima Okoye says, if we can have just 3 of his kind in Nigeria political space today, Nigeria will be compared to any nation in Western Europe. May his gentle soul rest in peace. Let's speak with Banji. Banji, hi. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Charles. There is something you forgot to add.
Yes,
please. Not maybe in the biography.
Okay.
He's the one that established the Lagos television.
Yes, actually. He established the Lagos television, 24 hours, Lagos weekend television as well.
Yeah.
You're right.
This is a man that, and I was telling my wife yesterday that look at all the Jakande, low housing state you have, that everything was done within 4 years.
Within 4 years? Can you imagine that, Banji?
The now Alausa Secretariat was built by him within 4 years. I blame that politicians again. This is a man that's done. When people say 4 years is too short, within 4 years, he did all this.
Banji, I want to talk to you some more, but your line isn't too clear. Huh? Thank you for calling me. I mean, you made a valid point. Like, if someone wants to do something remarkable, the person would do it regardless of the time frame that you give the person. It's as simple as that. And like, you did quite remarkably well in just 4 years in power. No doubt about that. No doubt. Let me take Onokoya Yemi's. Onokoya, he says, a great leader. A majority of people eulogizing him today rained curses on him when he veered to serve in Abacha's government. Irony of life. Ebuka is here. Ebuka, good morning to you. Ebuka, hi. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
Ebuka on the line.
Welcome.
Yeah, I think, like I said in the morning, this is one of the best governor we had in Lagos, one of the best politicians, one of the best father we had. I mean, Sheriff, the difference between his own time and now is this. His own time, if you look at people like Abisa Nabanjo, Michael Ajashni and Co.,
right,
they have actually come to serve and not to be served. And that's why they achieved a lot. That's what we witnessed. Now, look at the position of today.
Yeah,
they have not come to serve. They've come to be served. And that's why they cannot even achieve anything. That's why Nigeria is how it is today. Because if they've come to serve, Nigeria won't be like this. I tell you, I remember, God rest his soul, a very nice man. I remember meeting him years back at the Corporate Affairs Commission, Oregon, when they were at Oregon Synergy Building.
Okay.
He was frail, he was being helped, and I had to prostrate before him, greeting him, telling him, God bless you, sir. If for anything, at least I went to the school he built, like I told you. And I also worked with Works and Housing, though I left before he took over.
Okay.
I worked under Babangida with Mama Kotangura as a protocol officer before he took over.
Okay.
Same ministry. So, I mean, I wish we could have people like that in this country once again.
Right.
Nigeria will be good. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Ebuka. Ambrose is joining us. Ambrose, hi. Good morning to you. It's good to have you here, Ambrose.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
Yes, I just have to call because of this man called Jakande, who, you know, is a legend, even in death. Achike, I don't know if Achike is still there.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
Okay, Achike is my very good friend. We know each other. Okay. We met in some radio stations before. I want to eulogize this man, particularly that immediately he left politics, he never tried to influence, you know, who was going to succeed him or who was going to be where and what.
Right.
Because that is also part of the corruption that we see today. You look at a man who it was just his car. I remember when one of the times I went to the National Stadium to watch football, he came with his, what's that name? The name of that is vehicle. That is private car again. He came with it, and the whole stadium was agog. You know, he lived in his house. He does not have any estate. He does not have any hotel. He has nothing. These are people who have come to serve. These are people who believe that a good name is better than money. It's not the politicians that we have today that, you know, when they die, you say you don't speak evil of the dead. People are actually speaking their mind concerning this man. And I just hope that we're saying that the politicians will learn a lesson. What about us? That we are always following these people sheepishly. What about us that will not always, you know, tell them the truth? So I'm looking beyond the politicians. I worship no politician.
Right.
I trust no politician.
Right.
But if I see a good one, Sheriff, I will applaud him.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning to you. Thank you for your thought. I really do appreciate it. I'm crossing over now to go take some WhatsApp messages that have been waiting for us. We'll pause on the calls for now. Let's take some WhatsApp messages.
The numbers are out, and Nigeria Info is your number one station for talk.
Number one.
Listen on the air and online via mobile app. Search Nigeria Info FM on Google Play Store and iOS App Store. Download the app and have us with you wherever you go. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Oh, yes, so we're back. Let's quickly take some messages on WhatsApp. Agnes in Ikorodu says, Baba has done his best, and as a governor, may God grant rest in his bosom. RIP. Thank you, Agnes. Let's take another one on WhatsApp. Femi is in Ikoyi. Femi says, late payment Jakande achieved all those landmark structures within 4 years. This same Buhari jailed him then for being honest. We can see the way corruption is thriving now in their own reigns as government. Posterity will judge their generations. Femi in Ikoyi. Thank you, Femi, for your thought. Who is here? This person is enumerating quite a few things. I'm going to read everything because today is for Alhaji Lateef. It's quite a long one, so take a listen. Do I have? Okay, I have time. About Lateef Jakande, this is what they call legacy projects. Lagos, 1979 to 1983. Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakande was born. Okay, I think I've read all of these things. In just 4 years and 3 months, his government built the current Lagos State Secretariat, which houses all the state ministries as well as the popular round house hitherto occupied by all subsequent governors of the state. His government built the Lagos State House of Assembly complex. His government built the Lagos State Television. His government built the Radio Lagos. His government built Lagos State University. His government established general hospital in zones all over the state with assurance of free health care. His government established teacher training college and college of education. His government built low-cost houses in Ijayi, Dolphin. I think I've read this. His government established the Water Management Board and Waste Disposal Board on the 18th of August 1980. His government constructed the Adinyo Water Works to increase water supply in the state to 18.16 million litres per day. His government modernized and expanded the Iju Water Works, which was first commissioned in 1915. This increased daily capacity from 159 million to 204 million litres per day. His government purchased and commissioned the giant car crusher equipment. The equipment was designed specifically to crush derelict vehicles in Lagos State. It had the capacity to crush 45 vehicles per day. His government constructed, rehabilitated, and resurfaced Ekpe Ijebu-Ode Road, Oba-Akran Avenue, Toyin Street, Town Planning Way, Alimosho, Idimu Egbe Road, Idimu Iba Lasu Road, the new Secretariat Road, and several others. His government constructed Victoria Island Ekpe Road and thereby creating an oil rig for Lagos State. His government established asphalt plant for the Department of Public Works. His government established electricity board for rural electrification with provision of street lights. His government modernized, expanded, and commissioned Onikon Stadium in 1982. His government established a singular road system and ensured genuine free education in Lagos State, and the beneficiaries of this policy are in different positions of eminence in the country and around the world. His government raised the primary schools in Lagos State to 812 with 533,001 pupils against 605 primary schools with 434,545 pupils he met in 1979, and secondary schools to 223 with 167,629 students against 105 schools with 107,835 students he met in 1979. His government constructed 11,729 classrooms with a maximum of 40 children per class between March and August 1980. By 1983, he had constructed over 22,000 classrooms. In July 1983, two commercial passenger boats, christened Babakekere and Itafaji, to run the Mile 2 Marina CMS route via the lagoons, were inaugurated by his government to mark the official launch of the Lagos State ferry services. His government took over the ownership and financing of Lagos State Printing Corporation in July 1980. His government established the First State Traffic Management Authority, Road Marshals, they are called then. His government established Small Scale Industries Credit Scheme, which preceded the Eco Bank. His government established Lasaco Insurance. His government expanded existing markets and built new ones. His government established Traditional Medicine Board. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you for sending this in. You didn't add your name to it, but I really appreciate it. 8:52 is the time from our studio. The tribute will continue on Jimmy Disu's show, no doubt about it. That is coming up immediately after now. Once we bring you the news at 9, Jimmy Disu will be here on Daily Digest, and the tribute will continue. He has said that he will continue the tribute at 9 and then at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So yeah, that's just the littlest of what we can do for Alaji. That's the tiniest of things we can do for Alaji. Just to make sure that we... for instance, I saw a post on Facebook where someone said he didn't actually live to experience his government, as he wasn't aware then, but now through this program that he's listening to everything that he's done, he's hopeful again that Nigeria can be better. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Ridwan from Shagamu says, a great man indeed. That's on WhatsApp. Femi, thank you. I think I've read your message before. The best and nothing but the best. Baba, rest in peace. You didn't add your name to your message, but thank you. Forever, the history will not forget Baba Kekere. Despite this long time he served Lagos State, we still feel it as if it was yesterday because his impact is everywhere. Thank you for your message on WhatsApp. Appreciate it. Let's take another one. Adeoye from Ibadan says he's the best governor of Lagos State, followed by Raji Fashala and Buba Marwa and others. Adeoye, thank you. In as much as I appreciate what people are saying, nice things about late Lateef Jakande, but some of those things were upgraded by his successors. Nkem sent that in. Nkem, thank you for your thought. No doubt about it, of course, yes. Emeka Ogwike says, Jakande was one of the best selfless humane leaders. If we have more like him, the Simon Bakwe, Malam Aminu Kano, Tam, David West, etc., Nigeria will be great again. May he so rest in peace. Emeka Agweke, thank you for your vote. But we'll pause here for now. But there's a lot to be said about Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakande. A lot to be said, but we'll pause here for now. Well, you just stay here. We have more coming on this particular tribute for you on Daily Digest after the news at 9. But for now, let's see if we can give somebody an opportunity to win 10,000 naira today on the program. All you have to do is just calling and try as answer correctly as many questions as possible. This is sponsored by Creditville. Stay here. I'm Sheriff Quadry. We're not done yet. Okay, so let's play. Just a minute.
Are you a salary earner and experiencing salary delays? In need of school fees, loan, or house rent? Does your business need expansion and you've got no money? Do you need a car or equipment for personal or business use? Worry no more. With Creditville Auto Lease and flexible loan products, you are just a call away from achieving your financial goal. Simply dial 0805 510 0010. You can also send us an email via info@creditville.ng or log on to www.creditville.ng. Creditville, financing you for a good life.
Okay, Lagos, I guess you're ready to be blessed with 10,000 naira. Okay, let's see who will be lucky enough to win this money. 0700 993 993 993 is the studio line. 0700 993 993 993. Let's play just a minute. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you. What's your name?
Morning, Sharif. My name is Kayode.
Kayode who?
Alabede.
Eh?
Kayode Alabede is my name.
Alabede?
Yes.
I used to have a friend back in the uni days then. Man. Taiwo Alabede. Taiwo Alabede.
Really?
Is Taiwo your brother? Okay, well, no worry. We don't have time.
University of Ilorin, right?
University of Ilorin, yes.
Yeah, probably my brother.
Are you kidding me?
I went to Ilorin too anyway.
Are you? Oh my God! You went to uni? Oh, okay. Let's play this game first. We'll come and talk about our uni days later. Kayode, let's play. You know the rules, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so let's play then. You've got 60 seconds. Here we go now.
This is Just a Minute.
Yes.
Kayode, your first question is this. Lateef Jakande was born in which area of Lagos State?
Oh, skip.
What year was he born?
Skip.
He studied at what school? A public school. What's the name of the school in Lagos Island?
Oh, skip. I actually didn't listen to the show.
Oh, you didn't listen to the show. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm so sorry. But all my questions are from the show today.
Sorry.
I am so sorry. Would you still like to go on?
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's go on then. I'll give you extra 10 minutes. Extra 10 seconds, rather. Tell me who constructed the Lagos television in Lagos here?
I like Lateef Jakande.
What year did he start his career in journalism?
Skip.
In what newspaper did he first work in Nigeria?
Skip.
Okay. Who was his mentor?
Awolowo.
2 questions correctly there. After leaving the Nigerian Tribune in 1975, he established his own publication house. What is it called?
Oh, skip.
Well, he was elected as governor of Lagos State in what year?
1983.
That's wrong. What is the name of his party?
I'll skip.
Okay, Kayode Alabede. That's the much we can give you today. You got 2 questions correctly. So stay on the line. We'll get your details. Stay on the line. All right, Lagos, Nigeria. That's been the show today. Thank you all for being a part of the Morning Crossfire for today and for the week. It's a wrap. I'm Sheriff Quadry. I'll be back on your radio on Monday at 5 a.m. to bring you another marathon of interesting and engaging conversation. In the meantime, keep following Nigeria Info on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM, on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos. I'm Sheriff You can follow me on Twitter at Sheriff Quadry, on Instagram at Sheriff Quadry, on LinkedIn at Sheriff Quadry. Daily Digest with Jimmy Disu is next. Good morning to you.
Do you need to meet up your goals for the year? Then here's the good news. Goals are easily achieved by choosing Creditsville as a reliable credit assistance. Creditsville is
And Just Radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.